Hi, this is Jim Hamilton with Core Resonance. I want to welcome you to my next iteration of whatever it is I do. I've just written a really interesting article called, what is it called? Why Not Now? I stumbled across an idea a few weeks ago, actually. I was on a friend's roof doing something on her roof, and Core Resonance Colonies sprang up. Core Resonance Colonies is about the idea of people sharing the technology of core resonance between a small group, say 6 people. And we can rapidly evolve our consciousness by quieting our nervous system and our mind, and accordingly our brain. And in quieting our nervous system and our brain, that subtle connection with source, with innate intelligence, becomes evident, and we can build on it. It is a very rapid advance in consciousness. It's a very rapid way to advance ourselves personally. Now, I've seen this particularly in families where a group, family members will do core resonance together, and it's astounding the coherence they have among themselves. They're arguing and the bickering and all the disagreements and all the presuppositions about each other fades into present time. It's exciting to see. And all of a sudden I realize, the hair stands up in my arms as I say this, we need to have intentional communities where we share the potential of core resonance and rapidly advance our consciousness individually, accordingly collectively as this small group, and then our capacity to be effective by using our intention, which by the way comes to us naturally as we quiet our nervous systems down. Our natural state of intention and what's inside of us becomes apparent, and we learn how to reach out to the cosmos collectively as a group. Now, this article I wrote, Why Not Now? The end of it is, I shouldn't tell you the end, should I? But the end of it is, there's an expression I came up with a number of years ago, and the expression is blue sky, clean water, clean air, people talking to each other, and countries talking to each other. What that was a solution to the Iraq War. Iraq War has nothing, of course Iraq War is kind of over, but people think that the solution to ending war is to stop the war, and you go pick up the parts and you rebuild the schools and all that, but really what the solution is blue sky, clean water, clean air, people talk to each other, and countries talking to each other. What I want to see is colonies where people share one core resonance training system among, say, 6 people, and as we come to see how effective they are, I see it growing very rapidly. Now, there's an interesting, I talk about this just a little bit, and I'll cover it in later weeks, the Maharishi effect. In 1993, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, through his TM meditation group, pulled together about 4,000 meditators from around the world, and they converged in Washington, D.C. for about a 6-week period. And I think it is meant to represent 1% of the population. I think that's the number they go by. And they dramatically reduced crime in the District of Columbia by a maximum amount of about 23%. In other words, the highlight of this whole 6 or 7 week program was the last week where all the meditators had showed up by then, and crime, serious crime, went down 23-point-something%. And this is well documented. In other words, they had all kinds of people set up in advance to watch this thing and document it, and they even calibrated for temperature as far as a factor in assaults and all the different kinds of mayhem that go on in the District of Columbia as far as crime, and 23-point-something%. So why not now is about the idea that we can make a difference. We can make a difference now. Meditation is great. Core resonance training, I estimate that 2 years of using core resonance training, cleaning up your nervous system, understanding the mechanics of our connection with the cosmos, getting out of our mind, moving past the mind, quieting the brain and nervous system, re-enabling this connection, doing it in a group, we can be very, very, very effective, and very effective rapidly, and that's what core resonance colonies is about. This article suggests that we can make a difference, we can do it rapidly, and I want to invite you to take a look at this article on the Core Resonance website. It's set up as a blog so you can make comments. I'd be happy to have people be in touch with me and see what we can do about getting some of these colonies set up. I've also dubbed them peace colonies, and the truth is they're temples. They're temples. First off, your body is a temple, right? Why is a body your temple? Because it houses your connection with the cosmos. Your nervous system is your center. Think of your nervous system like a living antenna system. Think of everything on this planet as being a subset of God. If God is the creator, I'm not going to get into what God is or who God is. That's not the point. There's a commonality that everything shares. There's a commonality that life expresses from. The idea that all this is accidental and just happens to happen, I don't buy that at all. There's way too much order for all of this to be just a curiosity or an accident. So the point is that there's a commonality that everything shares, and the idea is for humans to re-enable this natural state. And what we do, we become exponentially contributive. What I was starting to say is that all of nature is a means by which innate intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it, expresses. Everything is a subset of God. The humans are no different, and that by re-enabling our natural state of connection, we will become a throughput mechanism for innate intelligence to express through us into this dimension. And I used to work with a physicist, and one of the things I learned from him is that the universe is ever unfolding, it's solutions oriented, and if we could allow innate intelligence to flow through us without the distortion of fear and doubt, without the distortion of resistance, I believe that we could become a host for the delivery of solutions into this dimension. And Core Resonance Colonies is about a group of 6 becoming coherent individually through the core resonance technology, becoming coherent as a group, reaching out into the cosmos by really just being receptive and allowing the universe to flow through them and deliver. I got a hummingbird at my feet right now. What a trip. I love hummingbirds. The idea is to allow innate intelligence to express through us and deliver solutions. Now, there's one of the expressions I like to talk about is when you become coherent within, you become resonant without. And so the idea is to allow innate intelligence to be hosted by us, and then we resonate it out into the world. And that's what a core resonance colony is about. I invite you to take a look at what we're doing. Be glad to answer any questions. Wishing you well. Namaste.